Military personnel. Does it get harder to adjust back to civilian life the longer you're serving? 26 years. Army. Enlisted at 17. Retired as a master sergeant at 43. By the time I got out, I'd served longer than some of my coworkers had been alive. The transition hit me like a freight train. In the Army, everything had structure. Wake up at 0530, PT formation at a 6:30, chow at 7:30. Your day was planned from sunrise to lights out. Suddenly, I'm home with nowhere to be at a 6:30. No formation, no mission, just me and four walls. My wife kept asking what I wanted for breakfast. Breakfast? For 26 years, I ate whatever the chow hall served or whatever came in an MRE. Choice paralyzed me. Stood in the cereal aisle at Walmart for 30 minutes, overwhelmed by 40 different options. In Afghanistan, you ate what kept you alive. Now I'm supposed to have an opinion about Cheerios versus cornflakes. The hardest part wasn't adjusting to civilian life. It was adjusting to irrelevance. In the Army, I managed logistics for an entire battalion. Millions of dollars in equipment. Lives depended on my decisions. Colonels asked my opinion. Lieutenants sought my advice. At Home Depot, nobody cared about my combat experience. Couldn't put managed supply chains under enemy fire on a sales associate application. My interviewer, maybe 25 years old, asked if I had retail experience. Retail experience? I'd run operations in 3 combat zones, but sure, let me learn how to scan barcodes. The language barrier was real. Everything in civilian world is a challenge or an opportunity. In the Army, problems were problems and you fix them. No corporate buzzwords. No team building exercises. You accomplished the mission or people died. My first office job, they scheduled a 2-hour meeting about scheduling meetings. I suggested we just decide who does what and when, then get back to work. They looked at me like I'd suggested we invade Canada. Apparently, efficiency isn't the goal anymore. Process is the goal. Sleep became impossible. 26 years of hypervigilance don't just shut off. Every car backfire, every door slam, every unexpected noise put me on alert. Grocery shopping required recon. Always knew where the exits were. Sat with my back to the wall at restaurants. My wife thought I was paranoid. I knew I was prepared. The worst part? Other veterans understood, but we were scattered. In the Army, I was surrounded by people who got it. Civilians meant well, but thank you for your service felt hollow when they couldn't understand why I still ironed my jeans or why I got angry when people showed up late. My neighbor complained about his boss being demanding. His demanding boss wanted quarterly reports submitted on time. I'd had commanders who demanded excellence under mortar fire. Perspective apparently wasn't something you could share. 3 years later, I found my rhythm. Started a security consulting business. Hired other veterans. We spoke the same language. Understood deadlines actually meant something. Knew that attention to detail wasn't obsessive. It was survival. The 26 years didn't make adjustment harder because I forgot how to be civilian. They made it harder because I'd learned what real responsibility looked like, what real teamwork meant, what real leadership required. Civilian world runs on different rules. Not necessarily wrong rules, just different. After decades of clear hierarchy and defined missions, everything felt soft and negotiable. It wasn't harder to adjust because I'd served too long. It was harder because I'd learned standards that civilian world had forgotten. But here's the thing they don't tell you. Eventually, you realize the transition isn't about becoming civilian again. It's about finding where your military skills matter in civilian world, where your experience adds value, where your standards make things better. The structure never leaves you. The discipline never fades. You just learn to apply them differently. And maybe, sometimes, you teach civilians what real accountability looks like.